Hello and welcome to the How Do You View You podcast with your host, Griffinstein. Today we're going to do a question of the month. It's Black History Month, but I just, whatever. And I do have a story from a long time ago, but it's, I was told not to tell it, but I'm going to tell it anyway, and y'all tell me if I'm out of pocket. And we're just going to get into it. So, I was talking to a spoiled grown man who never progressed. He's in his early 50s, but he's never progressed past, I guess, 16. Sometimes you can tell, sometimes I've been paying attention. You can tell when a person was hurt or traumatized in their life by the way they act, presently, because they never healed, from it or something. So you can tell this dude is a 16-year-old guy. He's 50, video games and a part-time job and some other stuff. Anyway, he has kids. And I asked him, he just points back to his parents and what they didn't do or what they did do. And I asked him, the question of the month is, if you raised you, how would you raise you? What would you have done different? And the only reason I'm asking is because you do have kids now. Most of us. I don't. But people do have kids. You could do what you thought you needed now with your kids. Are you? And now do you forgive your parents for not doing what you think they should be doing because you're not doing it? That's the question. Because me personally is a double. I'm going to stop doing that. So in mine, I was noisy. But I was beatboxing, or I was, playing with melodies or different things in my head. And, we was told to, be quiet. Why are you making all that noise? I do understand that some kids are, nurtured with all of that stuff. So that's why some children believe they can fly at a young age. And some believe that they're going to die at a young age. So that's my thing is if you felt like, and it ain't money, I'm telling you, you think it is, but it's not. It's not giving the kids everything. I've never met in my life a joyful, spoiled person. Anybody that got everything they ever wanted has never been a good soul to me. Never say never. I'm all in your face. Never have I met somebody that got everything that they wanted and ended up being a good person. So you can spoil your kids if you want to, do everything you thought you needed to be done, but if you think you're solid and you went without, what do you think that's going to make your kid if they go with everything? The opposite of solid is soft. So soft. So you're taking away all of the hardships, all of the somebody's messing with my child. Well, when you at the job, when your child is at their job grown, and they got to call you. And don't get me wrong. Some people that's a form of manipulation also. Don't get me, that's a form of manipulation to do everything for your child so that they always need you. And again, I'm not a therapist, but I'm an observer. I can observe a lot. And I don't have kids, I skeet responsibly, so I don't have these things that you guys have. For the next 40, 50 years, if you don't raise them right. And if you raise them right, then they'll take care of you. And they might take care of you anyway, one way or the other, because, kids now, when you get spoiled kids, it's always the spoiled kids that come back and kill their parents for money. I don't think it's the ones that was raised right. But that's just my spiel on it. Basically, whatever you wanted to be nurtured as a kid, money, not money-wise, just nurtured. You should be nurturing your child. I put it this way. Does your child have a or anybody in your life. Anybody in your life. It's not just children, but if a like for piano, if it's video games or whatever it is. I don't care what it is, but you should be paying attention enough to know that you should know more than their favorite cartoon or what they want to see on YouTube, or that the Angry Birds is, it's not teaching nothing. But you could teach while doing Angry Birds. You can talk about the word trajectory. You can talk about the word science. You can do a whole bunch of stuff because it's science. To know that the red bird fly, I don't know. I'm sorry, but to know that the red bird flies at this rate, or if this one is that's a learning moment. Every moment is a learning moment if you're trying to teach. I'll just put it that way. So stop blaming your parents for something that, you know, now that you're grown, you see why they did it. And a lot of that is reflection. And you might have to, tell your parents, oh, I'm sorry, you know. Because it's a lot of things that I know I didn't see the point in it. But, you know, look at me now. But I also will say I could have been way further earlier if I wasn't scared of everything. If I wasn't, I was scared. I was made to be scared. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, if you do this, okay. So I've spent most of my time worrying about something that may or may not happen, and truth be told, it never did happen. No stranger snatched me. No lady ever put razor blades in my Halloween candy. And the stuff that we needed to know about, they didn't tell us about. They didn't tell us, they didn't tell us that if some girl try to touch you, or some people do things like this and sex can happen, or, motherfuckers is dropping pills in people's, it looked like a Jolly Rancher or something, or a Sweet Tart. They didn't say nothing about that. My daddy did say, if you smoke weed, you smoke weed with me. You don't smoke weed with them other niggas, because it was a lot of dudes that went funny off of that weed. I don't know if it was a joke or what, but it wasn't funny to me. Anyway, that brings me to my story. And I don't know if it involves a child, so I was told I shouldn't even tell it. But it was realistic. Off the grid used to be, I don't know if they still do it, off the grid where a bunch of trucks would sit in the middle on El Cerrito, like right there between that mattress place and that Ace Hardware. They used to cut that street off, and they'll have trucks there. So I'm waiting the trucks. I was getting some bonsai fries. Basically, they took fries and put short ribs on it, and cheese, and it was a Japanese mix on short ribs and on top of fries. And it was good. It was good. I don't eat meat now, but it was good then. And this was 10 years ago. I was still living in Easter Hill. So I'm sitting there about to order, and my hands was hanging down, and I felt this little thing on my hand, like right here. I just felt it go down, and I look, and it's this little girl, not black, and she did that and looked at me and tasted it, and I was like, what is that? And I looked at her, and nobody else saw what happened. So I look at the mama, and oh, maybe it was a man. I think it was a father. I looked at the father, and he looked at me and looked at her, and then pulled her on the other side of him. I was like, I am the one that's just been violated. So it's funny, but it's not funny, because what I think she was doing, like, she hadn't seen a black person before. So she wanted to see if I was chocolate. So she touched my hand and smelled it and licked it. And I mean, I didn't know what to do. I lightly, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't mad, but I was something. And this ain't funny again, but again, people told me not to tell it because it's kids and stuff. But I just want you to know that there's people out here that don't know you. They don't know you. They have no idea about you. So don't take stuff from strangers as personal. That's all I'm saying. It was another time where I called this lady ma'am. I said, oh, thank you, ma'am. She said, oh, you making me feel old. And I was like, well, it's your age that's making you feel. I'm just trying to show, respect. And then when you I'm trying to show respect by saying sir, and it's both ways. I said it to a guy. He's like, my father is sir. I'm Jim. I'm like, well, I'm trying to show you respect. So if I call you a ma'am and you don't feel like a ma'am, you could correct me, but I won't call you nothing else ever again. You know, it's not that kind of a thing. It's just more of a, I don't know what else to call you. Now they have these things where you can't call this person this, and they'll get upset. And I just don't understand why, if I'm just trying to show you respect. And they call me ignorant. I'm like, well, maybe, but I don't feel like I'm ignorant. I'm trying to show respect, regardless. Now, if I go up to grown-ass men and say, hey, how you feeling today, ma'am? He's like, well, I ain't no guy. So you can't really win. So I'm just trying to show respect without being disrespectful. That's all. And unfortunately, you can't do that now. So what happens? Let me tell you what happens. I just walk into a store and I don't speak to anybody.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Dark Network.
Nobody. Now who wins? Is this a separate thing? I don't know. Now I gotta walk up to people and say, how you doing? How should I address you? I don't want to do that. I'm in here to buy a pack of sunflower seeds and some pepper. I just, it's not disrespectful. I'm just trying to be as good of a person as I can be to people that I know. And if you take that personal, just don't take nothing personal from people that don't know you personally. That's all. Because I tell you truthfully, this whole people of color thing and black and versus nigga versus black kings, and I really don't care for any of it. I mean, I know I ain't no king. I don't feel like a king, and I'm getting beat like, yeah. Another thing. So just saying, you have this thing in your head, and if people don't address you as such, you feel very disrespected. No stranger should make you feel that bad for a whole day at all. Nobody that you don't know should be able to evoke that kind of emotion out of you. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, that's enough of that. I know I'm gonna get an email on that one, but it's okay. This is to start a dialogue. I'm not, like I said, if I was trying to be disrespectful, there's other things I could call people. Because somebody said, oh, you called me a ma'am, and you making me feel, I said, all right then, bitch. How you like that? Try that on for size. But that's not right. That's not good human stuff. So, anyway, summertime is coming up. We have a lot of projects coming up on online. So please check us out. Check me out on Twitter. I said D.A. Griffinstein. I'll pop it all up here. D.A. Griffinstein at Twitter. Griffinstein. Twitter, Instagram. We're going to be looking for actors, and we're going to do a storytelling. I want to do a storytelling series with older women. Telling the stories of love and hate and the love of their children. Just little different things, and each person will talk, and then it'll be a love series or a love show, and then a family show, and then it'll just each three women talking about the aspects of their life. And I think it'll be a good thing just to get the voices heard. And then do the same thing with men. And then I want to do the same thing with children under 11 projections for Dark Network. And then follow these children, Richmond children, up to graduation. So I want to start interviewing them now, and then for the next 10 or maybe even 12 years until they graduate. See what's going on with them. That's a project we're trying to do. If you know somebody that need commercials, because we insert commercials in here, just hit us up. darknetwork247@gmail.com. Or you can hit me, Griffinstein, at itsthedark.com. I'll pop it up, but Griffinstein at ITSDA. It's the ITSTHEDARK.com. And then we'll get, and we're looking for editors also. So if there's somebody trying to be an editor for all of this stuff we're doing, we have drones and everything. So it's a good thing. I'd like to give a shout out to Barely Rested, Cigar Shingon out there in Dallas. He revamped his podcast and it's looking very good. Go check him out on Twitter, Instagram. I think he's hosting it with his wife now, and it sounds good. It's on Anchor, so go check it out. Sean Payne's is another podcast, and we're supposed to start Kathy's Love Ya to Be hers today on Dark Network. We'll see how that's going to work. And we are looking for other people to help start. We're supposed to do a podcast class soon. It may be this month, it may be next month, but it will be done by Dark Network, but sent to, it'll be OCAR will facilitate it. So it'll be an OCAR workshop with Dark Network, me and Raven, doing the class for people that want to learn how to do their own podcast. We have a lot of people that have voices and they need to be heard. Miss Q, Laquita, Levette's sister, Vince, Jay. It's really every time we do a guest, we do a past guest and they end up doing a podcast. That's how it should be. We'll have a community, then we'll have a network. Dark Network is a network. I mean, it's a channel. It's a channel 2. It's a channel 4. It's a Fox. It is a network. It's just we just don't have the viewership and the commercials yet. But it's coming all out the dirt and the mud. So we trying to start a real network. We have nature shows. We got the cooking show with Twist. So, and we ventured into movies with Contact's movie, The Finders Keepers. So we trying to do what we're doing what we said we were going to do. And I'm always looking for help, and I'm always looking to help. So that's what it's about. And it ain't always about money. People get too caught up in money and the prestige, but once the time comes and everything start hitting, I'm only gonna look for those that looked out for me. Like I said in the last show, you don't try to check me on what I'm doing if you never checked in on me while I was doing what I was doing. So it's a good game, and I feel good about the circle we got. Still need more people, and we may have to let some people go because we trying to do black excellence or just excellence in general, where you did the best that you could do. Anything above that is impossible for you at that time. And anything below is unacceptable. And that's all I'm trying to get out of everybody. Because that's what I give. So that's what I want. Anyway, this is short, I know, but I had to say what I had to say, and we in here, I'm finna do 4 more podcasts. So I gotta get started. This has been your episode of How Do You View You with your host, Griffinstein. I appreciate everybody. I really appreciate y'all. It's people that I see that's looking and sharing, and I really appreciate it. I don't know any other way to say it. It's just trying to do things that most people say you shouldn't be doing, and it's just it's a filthy game. But we in it to win it. And what else you gonna do? I mean, what else I'm gonna do? Sit and smoke weed and drink and wait to die? I mean, I might as well help people. I might as well grow food. I might as well be part of something else. And I'm trying to help everybody. Well, I'm not, I'm trying to help those who help themselves. I'm not running around with a cape. Well, I might be, because we might get some capes for. Anyway, I'm sorry. That's another story for another day. Griffinstein, this is episode 36. Thank you. I appreciate you. Tell a friend. If you want to be a guest, holla at me. Griffinstein at podcast, PODCAST at itsthedark.com. I'll catch you next time. Thank you.